Let him walk by himself. Now what the children want. Run. Run. Run.
You have to be strong. You have to keep faith that yes, this thing will work. I'm Molly Fungbe.
LT Fungbe.
This is Emanuel Fungbe here, our son.
I'm a Liberian. I was a refugee in Nigeria. And I came on the Canadian Immigrant Program 2008. Agata Moses coming on. Go to Agata Moses. Emanuel was born a very quiet child. He never liked too much of talking. He was just the reserved type, always play on his own. And when this sickness started, just with fever on the Sunday morning, and by Wednesday, Emanuel was no more himself. He started having checking and what have you, and the eyes setting. There are times you won't see the black part of the eye, just the white alone, just like fainting, and this fighting was going on. We had to run. A doctor told me that this was cerebral malaria. His speech was affected, and his walking, he was just totally unconscious. He was like and everything was something like this. We call this fufu. Oh, I left Liberia on the 19th of June, and by then the fighting, the war had intensified. I have other children, and I have Emanuel. The Nigerian government, they sent a plane to evacuate their citizens, and they were also helping Liberians that wanted to get out. And I told my husband that the other children could stay with their grandmother, their grandparents, and I would take Emanuel, because by then, at least the others, they've seen the war, they knew what it was like, and they could stand the hunger. They will know when there is food and when there is no food, even though they are small, but they could bear it, and even sleep hungry until the next day, something will come. But Emanuel, he cannot talk. I won't know when he's hungry, and he won't tell me when he wants to eat. So the next thing I had to do was to get out.
I left Liberia like an escapist, somebody just running away from war. Just as she explained, when they left on the 18th, I told them to go to Nigeria. When you get to Nigeria, call me. Then, when they left on the 18th, and that very 18th in the evening, I went to this church service, and I got a friend who works with the Nigerian embassy, And when I went, I told him that I sent my family ahead. They're going to Nigeria, so let them be there for the child, because the child is sick. He told me, the best thing I can do for you is come early in the morning, get a taxi, just come to the embassy. You come to the embassy, I will slip you in the convoy, in the Nigerian convoy, and they will take you straight on the field to the plane. Leaving my motherland, not really wanting to go, but pressure due to Emanuel's illness and the civil conflict. I was sad. I was in tears when I was leaving, and not knowing when I will ever see Liberia again. Who will be alive at the time I will go back? The children, as to whether they're going to survive the war, based on what I saw before leaving.
I was thinking, where actually was I going? And when I get there, how will life be for me there? What will become of my baby's fate?
When I entered the plane, I took a seat next to the window. Looking through the window, looking down, I saw soldier boys beating people. They were beating women, they were beating baby mothers, they were beating older people on the field. I'm in the plane looking down, and they were holding sticks, beating people, gashing people with knives, tearing their clothes off them. I was sitting in the plane looking through the window, seeing those things. There's a mark behind here at the back of my head. You see this? You see that mark? That's a gun. It was the gun butt. When I was answering questions from one rebel fighter at a gate, where they had just put us down at a gate. While answering one question, another one struck behind her with the butt of a gun. And that had a drop in the pool of blood. The refugee camp, when we arrived newly, there's no refugee life that is just 50% okay. So it's like you work and you don't make anything. You accept anything because you are a refugee. All right? That was the kind of situation. And we did a lot of odd jobs. We tore wood, log. That's the kind of job we're doing. Risky jobs. And people were getting hurt out of the jobs. People were getting crippled. People were dying. People were becoming blind. Refugees. Because of the odd jobs that we were doing. And that was the only means of survival. She will not sit down.
Just by knowing that Canada has accepted my case and that I'll be coming to Canada, and it was expressed in their faces, it gave me unspeakable joy. I just don't know how to explain. It's just beyond description. Yes, I was happy. And every day my husband, I just started making plans. Mommy, when we get there, oh dear, when we get there, oh God, can you imagine what things are, And we're happy now. Yeah. Nothing else, no strain again. Nothing else mattered. Even though where I was living was not conducive, like for the fear of snakes and the fear of this, like I used to have the fear. I said the strain just lifted from my body. I never felt anything again because I knew that it was over. No matter how long it took, it was over. See the musical instruments? You see these instruments? Look. So I like boarding the bus, getting down and saying, thank you. And I love to shopping. I just like the shopping aspect. So even though I don't have money to shopping the way I want to, but whenever I go in the Sobeys or any of the shopping center to do my little shopping, I feel good. Hey! Do worry, why you do cry? Dance! What do you worry when you have? What I hope for Emanuel is for him to regain total consciousness, to talk. I want him to talk to me like he used to talk because it breaks my heart. It pains me a lot for a child that was once talking. You see in his eyes that he wants to say something, he wants to talk. Because he comes to me, he says, Mama, I say yes. And you see him going into my face like this, trying to see what he will say. And then at the end of the day, Emanuel is not able to talk.
Right now, I sleep in peace. I
Sleep in peace.
So now when I want to know what's going on in Liberia, I have to get to the net.
At least I don't have to wake up in the morning and go the extra mile thinking about what I will eat or what my baby will eat. How are we going to continue for the rest of the... No. It is no more for us.
You can't wait for the camera. Say bye-bye.